it's me. Sorry about the shakiness, hopefully YouTube should fix it. I wanted to show you my community garden. I have been into gardening for a couple of years now. It's part of a larger interest in permaculture, which I'd love to explore with you a bit later on. But for the most part, it's sort of gardening on steroids. I thought it would be cool to show you my community garden. It's actually just up the driveway from where I live. And it's nothing special, but I thought I'd show you what's going in it so far. So I was always a bit unsure about whether I'd want to join a community garden because I'm a bit of a hermit. And the idea of like sharing a patch with like all these other people didn't seem like my cup of tea. But I didn't have to worry about it because there wasn't really one in our area. But one eventually opened in conjunction with the new parkland, and it was really easy to sign up. There were people on the day, so I just thought, yeah, what the heck. Oh good, there's not many people here today. Phew. Don't want to have to talk to anybody. This is our community garden. It's actually been a while since I've been here. There's been a couple of working bees and stuff, so there's all these new trellises and things. So the idea that the organisers had behind this garden was that each garden would have like a faith, and like there'd be, for example, this is the Muslim one, and people would plant different things, I guess according to the faith. It didn't really make much sense to me. And then there'd be some other spots where you could have your own stuff. Okay, so this is the garden I've set up. I've got tons of green manure going. Like grasses, cowpeas, clovers, mostly overwintering greens, just to get the soil sort of rich in nitrogen for when I plant stuff in summer. You can see I've got a couple of different types of kale and stuff in here, and planted my own sort of snow peas. I have a coriander buried in here somewhere, which has survived root shock, which is pretty cool. A marigold is in here. It's part of what the organisers first planted before I claimed the garden patch. And there is also an apple tree. There you go, columnar apple tree. I love how there's green manure growing through the cracks. It's pretty cool. So this is my patch. It looks very different from the other ones that are really bare. I'm a firm believer in ground covers as a way of protecting from like evaporation and wind damage, and we've had a fair bit of rain and wind here, so that should have helped it along a bit. So that's my garden. It looks very different from all the rest, but I like it. I also love green manure. Now is watering time. Today is my watering day. We roster people on to water the garden and sort of make sure everything's okay, so that's next. Watering away. How juicy is that pak choi? It is so yum. You know what gets me about having like a faith community garden where you go by faith, right? See how this is a Buddhist garden? They've got all like Asian stuff here. Like, I suppose that makes sense, but isn't that kind of racist? Isn't religion meant to be like all sorts of racial groups? I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. I like to eat pak choi as much as the next person. Oh crap. I'm out of order. Get it together, woman! Some pretty cool stuff here. Can't wait to eat everything. Oh, well, hello. Hello. What do we have? Oh, strawberry. Yes. All mine. It's actually taking forever. Whew. Alright, so now the watering is all done, it's time to reap the benefits of my hard labor and to pick some community herbs to take home. Mine, oh mine. I'm gonna start with some parsley. I think this will be one of my favorite gardens, the perennial herb garden. There's so much good stuff in here. I might take some of this really nice basil I looked at earlier. Haul wasn't that great. It's because the garden's young, so I have no problem with that. Got some pak choi leaves, got a couple of leaves of parsley, got some oregano and some perennial basil. So that was my community garden. It's not terribly exciting because it's in its earlier stages, but I'm sure as time goes on, like there'll be things that are fruiting and things that they get into an annual cycle, which could mean some really nice yields. I'm kind of excited about where my garden's heading. The green manure is doing really well, which means that it should be ready in spring for some really good planting. And then probably plant some annual herbs, some annual vegetables. I'm so excited to grow chilies, and I'd love to grow capsicums and all the sorts of things that I can't grow on my balcony because it's a southeast facing. So if you like what you saw, let me know in the comments. I guess I'll see you next time.